Bonjour mes amis, comment allez-vous aujourd'hui? Aujourd'hui nous finissons le chapitre 4. Nous finissons le chapitre 4. Nous commençons avec une petite révision. Après, nous étudions le verbe faire et les expressions avec le verbe faire et on répond aux questions. Quel temps fait-il? Talking about the weather. What is the weather like? Temps is weather. How do you say what time is it? Don't confuse those two. What time is it? Quelle heure est-il? What hour? Quelle heure est-il? Is time. Quel temps fait-il? Is what's the weather? Ok, petite révision. Les prépositions. Remember, this is just vocabulary, basically. So you need to practice the flashcards, and you need to know which ones over here do not, they stand alone, they're just one word prepositions. Sur la table, on the table, for example, as opposed to these, which are phrases that have more than one word. And these de is often going to be combined with de la, or de plus le is du. So we could say près du, something like près du bureau, par exemple, near the desk, près du bureau. Okay, so these are the one word prepositions. So pause the PowerPoint and see if you can describe où est le chien et où est le chat pour chaque image. See if you can write sentences for this. And this is the maybe unfamiliar vocabulary. This is in the chapter though. Le tableau, the painting, and la commode, the dresser. The rest you should know. Okay? Pause it. Okay, you're back. Le chien est sur la chaise. So you didn't forget your verb, right? Le chien est, est, that's the verb être. The dog is sur la chaise. Le chat est sur la table. Oui. Le chat est derrière l'ordinateur. Oui. What is this? Is a placard. Le placard. Le chat est dans le placard. Le chien est derrière le placard. Oh, yeah. How about here? This is un lit, right? A bed, un lit. Le chien est sur le lit. Le chat est sous le lit. F. Le chien est devant le tableau. Ici, le chat est derrière la commode. And this one you want to say the television is between the cat and the dog. How do you say that? La télévision est entre le chat et le chien. So you could also call this le téléviseur. Okay, now with the ones that are phrases that have de, that have to combine with le l'aller. So how do you say that the chair is next to the table? La chaise est à côté de la table. So de la, no contraction. How do you say the table is to the left of the armchair? Le fauteuil. Le fauteuil masculin. La table est à gauche du fauteuil. Du. Because the de plus the le mean du. How do you say the lamp is near the flowers? Flowers is plural. La lampe est près des fleurs. D-E-S, right? Because de plus les combines to form D. How do you say the chair is far from the cat? Le chat. La chaise est loin du chat. Loin du Très bien. Okay. Pratiquer. Et le verbe faire. So I told you there are 4 important verbs in French. 4 of them, what I would call the most important verbs in French. You've learned, this is the last one of the 4. The first 3 were, you remember them? Être, to be. Avoir, to have. Aller, to go. And now faire, to make or to do. It's used in many different expressions, idiomatic expressions as well. So these 4 verbs, you need to know them automatically. I want you to be able to say them in your sleep. So do flashcards. If you're forgetting already, être, avoir, aller, if you're forgetting those, continue to do flashcards every day with those 3 verbs. And now this is the 4th one. This should be automatic. And as I said, it will make your life so much easier if you can spell these and say these automatically. So, répétez à la page, quelle page? Page 125. Oui. Répétez. Je fais. Tu fais. Il fait. Nous faisons. Vous faites. Répétez. Vous faites. This is one of the only vous forms of a verb that does not end in EZ, right? And ils font. Oh, so now all of these verbs have this in common, the ONT for the il plural. Sont, ont, vont, and now font. Okay, so this is an irregular verb. So unfortunately, la mémorisation est nécessaire. Pratiquez, pratiquez, pratiquez. D'accord. Vous aimez faire les devoirs? Vous aimez faire les devoirs? How many verbs am I using here? 2 verbs, right? So I'm conjugating this one, aimer, and then I can keep faire, it's a second verb, I can keep that in the infinitive. Do you like to do, what is les devoirs? Homework. You like to do homework? Oui? J'aime faire les devoirs. Oh no? How would you say do not like to do homework? Je n'aime pas faire les devoirs. Oui. Vous faites les devoirs le matin ou le soir en général? How would you answer that? Vous faites les devoirs le matin ou le soir? You answer that with je. Je fais les devoirs le matin ou je fais les devoirs le soir en général. Et les expressions avec devoir, travaux ménagers, household chores. Oh là là. Ok, à la page 122. Oui? Répétez. Faire la cuisine. Faire les courses. To do errands. To go shopping. Oui. Faire le linge. Or, faire la lessive. Répétez. Faire le ménage. Faire le repassage. I have not seen too many men ironing, but I like that they're putting that there. Très bien. Faire la vaisselle. Okay, so if you said j'aime, which one of these do you like to do? J'aime. Oui, moi j'aime faire la cuisine et j'aime faire les courses. Faire les courses would be like grocery shopping, things like that. Je n'aime pas, what would you say? Je n'aime pas. Moi, je n'aime pas faire le linge. et je n'aime pas faire le repassage. How do you say I cook? You would conjugate this verb. Je fais la cuisine. Je fais la cuisine. Okay? There are a lot of expressions with faire. It's a very useful verb. So, and it doesn't always translate as to make or to do. It's just what we call idiomatic. So, répétez, faire de la gym. If I said, tu fais de la gym, what am I asking? Do you go to the gym or do you work out, is what you're saying. Tu fais de la gym? Répétez, tu fais du surf? Je suis en Californie, je suis à San Diego, donc, mais je ne fais pas de surf. How would I say, do you cook? Tu fais la cuisine? Or you could say, we use est-ce que, right? Est-ce que tu fais la cuisine? How do I say, do you go shopping? Tu fais du shopping? Tu fais du shopping? This would be like going to the mall shopping. How would I say, do you take a nap? Tu fais la sieste? Parfois, sometimes. Tu fais la sieste souvent? Often. Moi, je fais la sieste rarement. Rarement. How about this one? How do you say, do you go camping? Est-ce que tu fais du camping? Sometimes, parfois. How would you answer that? Je fais du camping, parfois, or souvent. Faire du cheval, c'est un cheval. Est-ce que tu fais du cheval? Je fais du cheval rarement. And other expressions. These are not in the book, so I don't expect you to have these memorized, but they are useful expressions and you might want to have them, especially the ones that you like to do, be able to say those and write those for your compositions, for example. Like if I ask what you do on the weekend. Répétez. Faire de l'aérobic. Répétez. Faire du jogging. Faire du ski. Faire une promenade. This is to take a walk. Faire une randonnée. This is to take a hike. Faire de la bicyclette. Or faire du vélo. Synonyme. Those are synonyms. Faire un voyage. Faire du yoga. Répétez. Faire un pique-nique. Faire des photos. Faire du piano. Or you could insert any instrument here. Faire de la guitare. Faire du saxophone, etc. Faire des économies. Economy, that means to save money, to economize. So you notice that some of these would translate as to do, like to do yoga. I do yoga, je fais du yoga. But not all of them. To faire du jogging, we would say to go jogging, to go skiing, to take a walk, or to go hiking, to go cycling. So they're not all translated as to do. You just have to memorize these expressions, especially the ones that you do regularly. And like I said, I'm not going to require you to know any of these for the test. But extra credit. Write 4 sentences using an expression with faire. If possible, tell me where you do these things and with whom. So number 1, j'adore. I'm giving you a verb here already. So you would use faire in the infinitive, right? So here's an example. J'adore faire une promenade au parc avec mon chien. Remember mon, my, mon chiot. Je n'aime pas. You can use any of these expressions, including the ones from the book. Je n'aime pas faire le repassage à la maison, etc. Not all of these things are going to have all of these components. Le week-end, ma mère, what does your mom do? Le week-end, moi et mes amis, nous, what do you do with your friends? Using one of those expressions with faire. Okay? D'accord. À la page, quelle page? 123. Les saisons. Répétez. Le printemps. You pronounce the P or the S? No. Le printemps. Your chin drops to get that nasal. There's a famous department store in Paris called Le Printemps. I recommend you go there. It's cool. L'été. L'automne. Here you do pronounce the N because it's followed by an E. L'automne. L'hiver. L'hiver. Okay, les saisons. Quelle saison préfères-tu? Tu préfères l'été ou tu préfères l'hiver? Ou peut-être vous préférez l'automne ou le printemps. Je ne sais pas. Et quel temps fait-il à la page? Quelle page? 123. Quel temps fait-il en été, en hiver, en automne, au printemps? So notice how they say in summer, in the winter, in the fall, but it's au printemps. It's different. Répétez. Il fait beau. Il fait beau. It's nice out. Il fait chaud. Il fait chaud. Hot out. Il fait froid. Il fait froid. Cold out. Do you pronounce the D? Are you going to pronounce this S? Répétez. Il fait frais. Il fait frais. It's cool out. How about here? Il fait du vent. Il fait du vent. Windy. You gonna pronounce this L? Of course not. Il fait du soleil. Il fait du soleil. It's almost like a Y sound at the end. Soleil is sun. Il neige. Il neige. It's snowing. Are you going to pronounce this T? No. Il pleut. Il pleut. So notice that all of these expressions of weather are using the verb faire. So, and you always are going to use il fait. It, we would say it is nice out or it is hot. But in French it's il fait beau. Il fait chaud. These are the two exceptions. It's snowing, il neige, and it's raining, il pleut. These are the only ones that do not use faire. Okay? Quel temps fait-il? And again, I have these flashcards, general chapter 4 vocabulary flashcards that include the weather. So look at those. Quel temps fait-il? Il fait beau. Il fait du soleil. Quel temps fait-il? How would you answer this? Il pleut. It's cool out, isn't it? Il fait frais. Oh! Quel temps fait-il? Il fait chaud. Il fait du soleil. Quel temps fait-il? Windy, right? Oh, and cool. Il fait frais. Il fait du vent. Quel temps fait-il? Il fait froid. How do you say it's snowing? Il neige. Okay, so for the second homework activity, you're going to imagine the weather in the following cities in these particular seasons and use a different weather expression for each one, 1 through 5. So, quel temps fait-il à Houston en été, à Toronto en hiver, à Seattle au printemps, à Chicago en automne, à San Diego en hiver. Imaginez. So, modèle à Houston en été, il fait chaud, il fait beau, il fait du soleil. You can use any of those. Or you could use two. Il fait beau et il fait chaud. Très bien. Et les devoirs? Pour les devoirs cette semaine, comme d'habitude, as usual, discussion entries are due, assignments, and 2 sets of flashcards, including this new set for le verbe faire. Un verbe très, très important. And you should be preparing now for your Chapter 4 quiz. So please let us know if you have questions, okay? Almost done with Chapter 4. Continuez, mes amis. Au revoir.